Trading routine or habits. I want you to think of this as compartments. In other words, the trading routine should really have three different compartments. The first compartment is your pre-trade habits. This is what you do before you place a trade. Number two, what you do during your trade is going to be the during trade habits. And number three is your post-trade habits. And this is what you do after you have concluded your trading for the day or week. So really, there's three different components or compartments that we want to be aware of: before, during, and after. Let's take a look at these individually. We'll start with the before trading. This compartment has to do with preparation. So here we're going to prepare the plan. So let me give you many different factors to choose from, and you can pick which one makes the most sense to you. So again, pre-trade habits, focus here is on preparation. Number two, analyzing markets for great trading ideas. This is when you analyze. This is when you look for your trading opportunities, is during the prep phase. Number three, have all your software and equipment up and running before you trade. Okay, we want to have everything in its place, ready to go. Number four, analyze, prepare, repeat. This is the time to analyze. This is the time to prepare to trade. Now, listen carefully. This is important. I've seen this way too many times, and I've been guilty of this myself. When I'm in a trade, or when I see the charts up and I'm looking like I'm about ready to get into a trade, and then I start thinking, oh, wait a minute, does that meet my plan? Well, what about this? What about that? Well, it's Tuesday. Isn't there an economic report too? I don't know. Let me look that up. Wait, is it overbought? No, it's oversold. What do I do now? What's the volume? What's this? What's that? Too late. I've missed the move. Anyone else guilty of that too? We want to do all the thinking, all the preparation before we start trading, so that when we see something on the charts, live, real time, in the moment, that meets our trade plan requirements, we act on it decisively. There's no hesitation. There's no thinking. There's no analyzing. We simply act. We execute the plan that we have already prepared for. We never want to be in a situation where we're ready to act and all of a sudden we hesitate because we start analyzing or thinking. Too late. Missed the move. We don't want to go there. If we've done that, then we simply don't trust our plan enough, or we don't trust the analysis that we've done ahead of time. Let's see what else we got. Number five, scanning or screening for your trading opportunities. This is the time to do that, not while you're in the trade, but before. Mental and emotional habits, and number seven, physical habits. This could be simple things like just getting enough exercise 3 or 4 times a week. Has a lot to do with your mental stamina and alertness. There's been a lot of studies that have proven that. So get out there, walk around the neighborhood 3 or 4 times a week at least. If not, go run a marathon or something. I don't know. Do what you got to do. But it does help with your alertness and your readiness from a mental standpoint. All right, number 8. We want to organize our chart. So have all of our lines drawn, our support, resistance, whatever you need to trade, everything's done before you start taking action to trade. Number 9, create your alerts and or thumbnails, depending on which one that you prefer. If you're not familiar with thumbnails, basically that is taking one small chart of whatever trade that you're considering, your candidate, and you put it on your monitor. Now you might have 10 of these small little charts, look like little thumbnails or tiles on your screen there. And you could just quickly look at your thumbnail monitor screen there, and you can see all the thumbnail charts on there, and you can quickly identify if something is setting up to trade at that moment or not. Preference is all it really is. Some people prefer the alerts. So it's up to you which way you want to go. They both work really well. They're both effective. Number 10, checking economic reports, checking earnings reports, checking news reports, check your buying power, check any positions, make sure they're accurate, check your orders, your limit orders, your stop orders, things like that. There's 15 different things to choose from, and you can certainly add your own on there as well. But that's a good start for pre-trade routine type of habits that you want to get yourself in. All right, let's talk about what do we do during the trade. This is where we execute the plan. So this is where we're going to execute all trades or entries and exits. We will monitor positions. We'll monitor buying power because that will fluctuate as you trade. Monitor any margin or margin requirements that may be needed if you're using a margin account. Monitor alerts and or thumbnails. Number 6, stay focused. Really try to remove the distractions. Number 7, log your trades. Now, I put this on here because this depends on your trading style. If you're a day trader, please don't log your trades until you're done trading. So that might be the market close. But if you're doing some kind of more relaxed style of trading or something like that, you may have time to log your trades throughout the trading day. Okay, so I'll let you choose on that one. Number 8, we can run intraday scans. This is, again, more for day trading. Number 9, monitor economic reports that may be coming out that day. Number 10, monitor any up or downgrade news reports. That's really for stock traders. Number 11, monitor your emotions. Remove yourself from the desk if you need to for a time. That goes for swing and position traders as well. Think of it this way. If you are the problem, you need to remove you from the equation. That means you need to get up and away from your trading desk. Now, I've run into this myself a few times where I've just gotten emotional and frustrated. I've had to just leave for a while, go to lunch, walk, something like that, and then come back, calm down, and I can focus on what I'm supposed to be doing. I can't tell you how many times I've seen this in other people as well. They get all frustrated, all hot and bothered, and then they let that get into their trading, and it's never pretty. They end up losing more money and getting even more frustrated. So you have to be aware if your emotions start to do that up and down, ebb and flow, that roller coaster type of mentality, stop right away, get out, walk around, do something different for a while, and then come back with a renewed mind where you can just focus on what you're supposed to do and be calm about it and not so emotional. Number 13, adjust any stop or limit orders. And number 14, relax. Tense traders do not make good trading choices, so just relax as you trade. Put on some classical music, I don't know, something like that, right? But just relax while you trade, remain calm while you trade, all right? Calm and confidence, what we're looking for here. Let's look at the last one here. After trading, what do we do? Post-trade habits. This is where we examine the results. Okay, so we do our market debrief, basically, whatever that looks like to you, but basically you can just ask this question: is what happened today and what did I learn? It's a great place to start right there for a market debrief. This is where you can journal your trades. And of course, then we study our trades after we journal them. We grade any trading decisions that you made, good or bad. Journal my trading strengths and weaknesses. If you want to know what those are. Record all results. Record your performance. Download any monthly statements that you may want to download. And number 9, SWOT analysis. If you haven't heard that term before, it's an acronym for strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. So we'll basically do an analysis of what are my strengths, what are my weaknesses, what are opportunities that are presenting themselves, and what are any threats to my trading right now. Okay, so there's a great place to start. So there we are, before, during, and after. Prepare the plan, execute the plan, and examine the results. Now, I do want to show you 2 real-life examples. So I'm going to show you, one is my own, and the other is a colleague of mine. These are real trade routines for you to get some ideas for, and if you like them, use them. All right, so here we go. Let me pull this up here. Here's the document, Trading Routine Examples. And again, you can just download this straight from the lesson here. This is just a PDF you can download. All right, so here we go. Here's the first one right here. I'm going to zoom in for you on this. Here we are. So the example for this one is day trading. And this is a colleague of mine. He's using Pacific time zone, okay? So here we go. Number 1, weekdays. Okay, so days the stock market has a full trading day. Here we go. 1A, I will be up at my computer at 5 a.m. Again, Pacific time. So 5 a.m. there. I will analyze my markets for trade setup. So he's doing that in the morning. If my trade setup completes, I will enter the order. Okay, great. I will manage any active trades. And then at 7:30 or 10:30 Eastern, cancel any orders which would open a fresh or new position. Let me scroll up for the next one here. So we're going to verify that all positions, in addition to having price target and price stops in place, have a time exit at market at 12:30. So he's getting out 30 minutes before the market closes. Okay. F, At 2 p.m., I will journal all trades for the day. So after the market's closed, he's journaling. G, I will verify account balances and executions versus expected, and all positions are closed, and note any discrepancies. And then here we go. Number 2, Saturdays. Let me scroll up here. At 3 p.m., I will print out. Oh, that's important right there. Print out all trades for the week. This really helps when you study and analyze your trades. That has been a huge help for me personally, and I'm a big fan of that. So that's a great one right there. Might want to take note of that. All right, so he's doing that at 3 p.m. for the week. And let's see, let's go to B here. I will review all trades for the week. C, the total number of trades since the last trade plan review is greater than 30. All right, I will review the most recent trades for adjustments to my tactical trade plan. So this is important because once you start trading your tactical trade plan, you're going to notice strengths. You're going to notice weaknesses. And when you get to the point where you're noticing some weaknesses, you're like, hey, I've noticed this over many trades, 30, 40, 50 trades. Maybe I should change that because that's a weakness. I don't want a weakness in my trading. Let's change that rule, change that criteria for the better. Okay. All right. And then the next one here, I will adjust the tactical trade plan based on previous results, not only the last 30 trades, but all. And then the total number of trades since last trade plan review is less than 31. Then he will backtest using the trade plan for an interval of 2 weeks' time. If the total number of trades from backtesting is greater than 30, review trade results. Okay. Any other day, relax and recharge. You've earned it. Absolutely. Get that relaxation time. It's important for our mind. All right, here's a swing trade example. And so same concept here, same trader. And let me scroll up here. There we are. So weekdays, days the stock market has a full trading day. I will journal the trades starting at 6 p.m. I will manage any trades, and I will verify account balances and executions. I will then scan for trade setups and enter them. All right, so all that's done starting at 6 p.m. Then on Saturdays at 3 p.m., print out all trades for the week. And again, same concept here, journaling and trade review, all that type of stuff done on Saturdays. And on any other day, again, same thing there is the day trading too. So not too much difference on the day and swing, just a little bit different in the trading styles. So the rules up here are a little bit different too. All right, so that's good. It's good, very good start. So take any ideas you want from that. Okay, so this next example, this is my own personal trade routine. This is from my 2022 Trading and Investing Business Plan. Now, it's important you note here, I put 2022. So if you're watching this in 2022, it's basically going to be the same. But in 2023 or on, this may change slightly. It won't change drastically, but it may change slightly depending on new factors. Depending on maybe I change my trading style, maybe I trade different vehicles, maybe I move to a different time zone, maybe who knows what, okay? So these are not set in stone, they're flexible, but as of right now, this is where I'm at. All right, here we go. So daily, before computers are on, wake up at anywhere from 5 to 5:15 a.m., I have an exercise app on my phone. It's just a quick little, like 5 to 10 minute thing just to get the blood flowing and to wake up. So it's not like a full workout or anything like that. I certainly wouldn't consider that a full workout, but it helps get the blood flowing and the mind alert and awake. So it's a big help. It's a nice little exercise app. Number 3 here, prayer and verse of the day. After that, next, focus mindset routine. Want to get the mind right. Personal purpose reminder. So this is a little bit about my why and why am I really trading? Why am I doing all this stuff? And it's a really nice little reminder. Run my daily race, finish the race. So in other words, I finish what I start. Once I start it, I need to get this thing finished here and see it to completion. After the computers are on, open trading platforms. I use different platforms. Cue the music. I have a bookmark folder with some of my favorite trading music and working music. I can tell you right now, most of it's pretty calming, like classical music and stuff like that. Economic news link. I posted a link right here. You can click on that on the download and it will take you right to it. And there it is right there. So here's, 5 things you need to know before the stock market opens. Boom, you click there. And then here's really just 5 key things that are happening in the day. Okay, oops, let me go back. Okay, and then U.S. economic reports for the day. And again, you can just click on the link. It'll take you right to it. And then I asked, hey, what are my current positions, orders, balance available for trading? Okay, so how much money do I have available for trading? Any new trades? Tactical trade plans at the ready. We covered that just a little bit ago. Focus and execute the plan. So get focused and start executing the plan for the day. Next, post-market analysis. I do my market debrief on the S&P and NASDAQ. Basically, I'm just asking what happened, what did I learn? Okay, any update results for the day? Okay, so I'll update any results that need to be updated. Journal new positions and lights out by 9:30. Now, this gets a little challenging with 3 young kids, but that's my goal, all right, is lights out at 9:30. Here's the main reason why. Trading is a skill, and you can also say it's a performance-based career, performance business, okay? Like, I won't say quite like an athlete, but, in a performance-based business like an athlete, just without the exercising part because you're sitting a lot. But you need your sleep. You need that exercise. You need the mind. You need all these factors working to help your trading. Try doing anything sleep deprived. It's going to be messy, all right? So getting a good night's sleep does help, okay, to the best that you can do. So there we are. So there's different examples. Now that's for the daily. Let me show you the weekly. There we are. So the weekly trading routine, reconnaissance on major markets, the great 8. So I'm looking at metal, energy, the 4 equity markets, rates, 10-year note, and currency, US dollar. So these are the 8 major markets that I look at just as a monitor from day to day type of thing. I am trading some of these. I don't normally trade the 10-year or the currency, but it does help me get a good overall picture of what's going on. But I definitely will trade the others fairly frequently. And then I'll run my weekly equity and option scan. So these are the scans that I use. I have names for them. I'll run my Sasha scan, which is a seasonality scan. I'll run the best of the best scan. It's a very strict scan, and I normally only get maybe anywhere from 5 to 20 potential candidates on that. So not many show up, but they're the absolute best possible scenarios for trading, and I want to know what they are. So that's that one. And then I run my Samson scan. That's my relative strength scan. Okay, and then the charting prep, I will identify prime candidates for the next week, and I'll use the trade candidate prep list for that. Narrow candidate list down to the top 10. And then I prep the prime candidate, set all thumbnails and alerts, and basically get everything ready to place a trade and execute that plan. Account status, check buying power for next week, plan the buying power, allocation for top stocks, expected events, U.S. economic report. So again, there's that link there. I want to know what's coming up that next week. Is the Fed speaking, things like that, major things. Weekly study. This is I typically do on Friday, although I do give myself some flexibility doing it on either Saturday or Sunday, but I like doing it on Friday and being done with it for the weekend. I'll journal the trades, and again, I use a third-party software for that. Trade grade, chart of the week, and update all charts on TradingView. So I want everything updated. The chart of the week, I think this is a really great exercise for everyone. And basically what that is you take any chart you want. You don't even have to place a trade on it, just a chart that has something really valuable that you learned. And then you could, draw on it, you could print it out, write on it. It's basically just a way to have deeper learning on something that really is standing out. Okay, so maybe you had a really good trade, like, hey, this was a great setup, it was a great trade, I want to remember that. So maybe you print it out, you draw on it, and you put it next to your monitor or something like that, somewhere you could see it often, things like that. Okay, or maybe it's just something that you really learned that week. So that's just a really good habit to get into, and really gets into studying the markets and learning much deeper than doing it without. All right, let's look at the monthly. I will record all results, performance, download statements, and save and get paid on profits, and then start prepping for any seasonal trades as well. So again, this is available for you to download. That's the trading routine examples, and the links are attached. All right, hope you found that useful. Let's look at your action steps. Number 1, read the examples of trading routines and habits. I just went over that in the trading routine examples document. Number 2, use the trading routine worksheet to create your own routine. So I created a worksheet for you to help you create your own routine, inspire some thoughts. We've gone over a lot of examples. Feel free to choose any of those that you want to help you in your own routine. And once you've done that, go ahead and continue on to the next module, module number 4.